I suppose let's see where it is because I mean you hear people saying it's a bull, it's a bear, it's and we saw Bitcoin kind of doing a yo-yo and just so I mean it's your bread and butter. You're kind of very close to it. What exactly is happening?
Hmm. So I tell you, what's happened and where we're at now, because it's very hard to trace. There's been so much going on since the spot ETF was released in the beginning of 24. And, when you look at Bitcoin and Bitcoin being created to be, a decentralized, kind of almost independent asset, the irony is, for it to become mainstream, it's almost now no longer, I mean, it's still decentralized, but the majority of it is going to be controlled by institutions, which is the exact opposite of the whole philosophy around Bitcoin. The whole philosophy of Bitcoin was to be decentralized and be able to have access to decentralized currency that isn't controlled. But the irony or the paradox is over time for it to become mainstream and everyone to have access to it, the majority of it is becoming controlled through institutions and soon to be governments and currently governments and whatnot. So that's really sort of changed the flavor. So if you look back, in the beginning, they used to talk about a bull and a bear, right? And they talked about a 4-year cycle and about what's called the halving, which you don't need to worry about, especially because it's not really pertinent anymore. So in the beginning, they would say approximately every 4 years, the value of Bitcoin would go up. And it would go up, and this bull season could last anywhere from 6 to about 18 months. And the value of Bitcoin would go up and people would make a lot of money and then they would sell the Bitcoin. Then they would invest in these things called altcoins. And altcoin just means an alternative to Bitcoin. So everything that isn't Bitcoin is technically an altcoin. It's an alternative to Bitcoin. Now, the big ones like Ethereum, it's an altcoin, but it's so big, its market cap is so big. It is called Ethereum. Solana, the same thing. People are they hear about Ripple, XRP, same thing, but they're all technically just altcoins, alternative to Bitcoin.